Hi Aries, this is your reading for June of 2019. Thank you for joining. You might want to grab some headphones and put those on while we do this reading so you can really focus and minimize any distractions. I want to make sure that you get the most out of your time here with me. I'd ask you also to please not multitask and really focus your attention here. Give me all your presence and awareness right now so that we can really get clear messages through for you. While I'm shuffling here, please center yourself, focus on your breathing, and check in with your higher self. Ask your higher self to connect to my higher self so that we can create a feedback loop to make sure that the messages are precise and tailored for you. Okay, let's take a look. Whoa. Very interesting cards here for you, Aries. The first thing that stood out to me, which is very significant, is these two queens here. You can see in the reading here, they're facing each other on either side of the central axis of the reading. And there's also this Queen of Wands here in the reading. She's in reverse with the Five of Wands in this quadrant, which is actually how you see yourself right now. And then the crowning card is the Strength card. So there's all these really powerful female archetypes in your energy, in your reading. And so what I feel is going on here is that either, I mean, these two cards here could, you know, sort of give an indication that you may be in some kind of conflict or tension or drama with somebody. And that there's a little bit of a face-off going on. Now, what's also interesting in this reading is that you have this Eight of Cups with the Lovers in reverse here. And then in this quadrant you have Four of Cups reversed with the Ten of Cups here. There's also the Ace of Cups reversed in this quadrant here. So what I'm feeling here, and this, of course, this is not going to be relevant for everyone because it's a general reading, is that you may be in a situation where you could be in conflict with another person who, how do I say this? You may be dealing with a revelation around an infidelity in your relationship, and that could be this this person that you're facing off with could be a third person in your relationship. Or yeah. That's one version of interpretation that I would give here in this reading. For others of you, and also I might add that you have these two threes in the reading. Three of Wands at the heart of the reading and Three of Pentacles at the foundation of the reading. Both of them are upright. So that's, I mean, seeing two threes come out in the reading, it could be another indicator that there is a third person in your relationship. For others of you, if you're not in a relationship and that this reading has nothing to do with a partnership or an infidelity, then what we could be looking at here is a little bit of drama at work, being that the Three of Pentacles is at the foundation here. There could be some conflict or tension in your work where it may not be you. Actually, you might be kind of like, either if you're maybe in a supervisory position at work or some kind of management or organizational person in your workplace, you could be dealing with two of your peers who may not be seeing eye to eye, and that somehow is having an impact on you because you are somehow responsible for making sure that, you know, everyone's working together well. And somehow maybe these two people who are having a disagreement with each other are coming to you and both of them are in your ear, and you're having to you're having to be the mediator between two people having a conflict at work. That's another interpretation here. And that obviously puts you in a rather difficult position, which is why you're in reverse here in the spread. And this Five of Wands is showing the conflict. Okay. Let's see what else is here. I'm just looking at this moon with the Ace of Cups in reverse. For some of you, if this is a relationship reading, this is another indicator there of hidden information. That's the moon. Secretive information, which could be the infidelity, coming to light, which is causing this Ace of Cups to be in reverse, meaning like there is like a, you know, upset, as an emotional upset, or a spilling over, or a release of a bond somehow. Like this, somehow this, if that's what's happening here, if this Lovers in reverse and this Four of Wands in reverse and this Ace of Cups in reverse is indicating an infidelity or some kind of difficulty or strife in a relationship, a one-on-one romantic relationship, or a business partnership as well, it could also be, then you might find yourself in this position where you are walking away. For some, not all. This, you know, just because there's infidelity in a relationship, it doesn't have to mean that the relationship is over. Okay, that's for the people involved to discuss and make decisions together. It's not automatic, right? Like, yeah, it's something to communicate about. Now, what else is here? I mean, this Strength card being the kind of overriding, crowning card of the reading that's sort of capping everything here is very, I think, very telling. It's very significant. It's very hopeful. But what it's also telling me is that this is a little difficult moment, and there is some aspects to deal with here that could be causing you some stress. However, what's important to note is that the Strength card is a very sublime energy. It indicates that there is a type of, let me find the words. At the risk of being misinterpreted, I'm going to say tantric. Okay, it's a kind of tantric energy, but that doesn't mean this is some kind of sexual thing here. What it means is there is a type of opening or unraveling of a specific kind of, I'm hearing learning curve. Like when we're in difficult situations, could be on any topic, there is always a quality of energy available to us that is, I'm hearing precious, but it's something like, you know, when there is trying times happening, how we behave in those circumstances is an indicator to ourselves of exactly where we are on our growth path, right? So that's what I'm seeing here with the Strength card as the crowning card in this reading. It's telling me that there's a wonderful opportunity here for you to get a reflection of how you're doing on your personal journey of like growing into like the best version of you that you can be. So there's also like a development of courage and of wisdom that comes with the Strength card, you know, which is part of what tantric means, you know, like it's a way of cultivating a type of magic or a kind of communication with the realm of reality that you are experiencing and living in, where you can kind of I'm hearing imbue. It's a feedback loop, right? Like you're seeing where you are exactly, and you're also learning how to manipulate, and I don't mean that in negative connotation. It just means how you're able to understand and realize how much power you have to create your universe, right? So what are you going to do with the cards that you're dealt? How are you going to handle every situation that you're in? That's what I'm talking about here. That's magic at play. It's like seeing yourself in a position where you understand how much, not just power and control you have in a situation, but how much responsibility you have, and what you're going to do with that responsibility. What are you going to do with those resources that are given to you or handed to you, that are within you? in any circumstance, any situation. Okay? Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. Hierophant reverse, Page of Swords reverse, Seven of Swords, and the Emperor. So another fire archetype coming out. So we have the Strength card and the Queen of Wands in reverse. So two fire elements there. So, this could be, sort of tapping into your archetype, right? And you have the Emperor as well, which is also actually the Aries tarot card. Like, this is the archetype of Aries, it's the Emperor. So, fire energy, that's the point. There's a lot of fire energy in here. Now, what also I'm seeing here is that with the Hierophant reverse, Page of Swords reverse, and the Seven of Swords here, there is a kind of a caution from your higher self and your guides to say, be careful that you don't misinterpret what's going on here, and also don't misinterpret what I'm saying to make it mean something that it's not, because you're only going to cheat yourself, right? Make sure you really glean real honesty in every situation so that you're not creating this jumbled up mess out of the situation that's in front of you to confuse and I'm hearing misperception. So just be careful there that you really see things for what they are, and that you don't misinterpret things, you're not dishonest to yourself and to others, and that you really take responsibility for your whole experience in every single way, and that you make decisions based on absolute truth. Absolute truth. Because with these three cards here, how I'm seeing this is, if you're petty and childish and immature and you gossip and you listen to gossips and you lie, then you're creating a mess, and you're going to live in that mess, right? But if you're honest and real and you're authentic in your power, I'm hearing control as well, but like, this is about you understanding how to really master your own authority, to be really I'm hearing precision, but the Emperor is about like really mastering the domain of the earthly realm and being the authority of your specific frequency. And you can't do that if you're sneaky and lying and dishonest and gossipy and fake, and right? You're never going to get there. You might create structures around you that make you feel like you're getting there, but at any point, if you build something on a weak foundation, the carpet can get pulled out from under you. There could be a storm or an earthquake, and that shit will come down, and you'll be sorry. You'll be sorry. So always be authentic and honest and real about everything, and you will master the earthly domain. But back to here for a second. Just want to make sure I covered everything, and then we can move on to the higher octave spread. I feel like I covered everything there. The Seven of Cups is the crossing card in your reading. It's actually in a reverse position. I feel that what I need to say here is kind of what I kind of covered there, right? Is that your challenge here is to not allow disillusionment to let you be misled in any way by the actual circumstances in a way that allows you to manipulate yourself by misinterpreting. All right? Keep it real. Let's have a look at the Voyager deck now. I'm going to shuffle again to give you a higher octave spread. Again, using the Holographic Mandala layout. So the higher octave spread is designed to give you a little more insight into what's happening on a karmic and spiritual level. It will help us to see perhaps why we're in the circumstance that we're in, and how we can best work with the energies and that are at play, the factors that are at play, to make the most out of the opportunities that we are being presented with. Okay, so while I'm shuffling, please, again, center yourself, focus on your breath, check in with your higher self, and blast the deck with your energy so I can get really precise messages for you. Seven of Crystals at the heart of the reading. That's this card here, Seven of Swords. And we'll talk about it in a second. Balance, which is the Justice card. It's actually in reverse here as your crossing card. Nine of Wands in reverse. Four of Worlds in reverse. Six of Worlds. Child of Crystals in reverse. Page of Swords, same card, both in reverse. We'll talk about it. Tower in reverse, Sun upright, Woman of Cups in reverse, Three of Worlds in reverse, Man of Cups reversed, the Fool upright, Four of Cups reversed, and Five of Wands reversed. Okay, rather different energy from this spread than from the first one. Although there is some repeating energies here that are kind of touching on some points that we did just go over there. So I'll go into that in a second. But what I feel this is saying, what I feel is in this reading here is kind of, you know, in the first reading there was a lot of other characters and players in your reading. They're talking about other people and the effect that they may be having on you. But what I'm seeing here in this spread is that there is this central axis of the reading is, it's kind of what I just said a second ago about, like, if you build your house on a wonky foundation, if something happens, that whole thing will come crumbling down. And that's exactly what it says here. If you're in any way dishonest or conceited or mischievous or I'm hearing misappropriating, but if there's anything untoward about your energy and the way that you channel, you know, channel manifestation, that is, and what I mean by that, if there's any lack of integrity or dishonesty, like we covered earlier, there is a danger here that everything you create will get, you have the Tower card in your reading, will get leveled to the ground. If there's any circumstances that come along that are in any way, I have the energetic snapshot, but now I'm just looking for the words to actually explain it to you. Again, it's that feedback loop, right? I mean, you can make anything happen, right? You can make things happen using whatever skills you want to use, and even if that includes misappropriation or dishonesty or conceitedness or deception, right? You can still make things happen using those qualities, but at some point, life is going to seek to correct itself, right? Life always has an urge to counteract correspondence, right? So at that moment, there could be an occurrence where everything you've created could come tumbling to the ground if you've built it upon an unsolid foundation. Four of Pentacles in reverse, Tower, Five of Wands, Four of Cups in reverse. So yeah, just be really cautious about the decisions you make and how you decide to, you know, create and instigate and manifest the things that you want. If you do them in an untoward way, with a lack of integrity, or with a conceitedness, or any of those qualities that we know to be, you know, lacking in integrity, you may not enjoy the fruits of that work for very long, is what I'm saying. Now, in the hopes and fears quadrant, you have Woman of Cups in reverse with the Fool. In the outcome, you have Man of Cups in reverse with the Three of Worlds in reverse. So there's this Man and Woman of Cups here facing off each other again. Both now, in this spread, I feel like this is you and your partner, whereas in the other spread, I felt like there was a kind of confrontation with other people that were not your partner, but in some way either connected to you, like you being the third person in a dynamic, if this is making sense. Whether it's people at work or whether it's, you know, a person that you've recently discovered is involved with your partner, something like that. But here I'm seeing this is you and your partner. Both of these cards are in reverse, so these two archetypes of like, you know, a partnership are in a kind of how do I say that? I'm hearing inequality. So if that makes sense, I feel like that is going to touch a point for someone that's listening to this, inequality. So there's a lack of equality in this union. And that somehow is a dissonance that is creating a change, right? For some of you, there's like, for some of you, that could mean the end of the relationship, or it could mean a separation, or a change of location, or something along those lines. For some of you, though, it's a new beginning in a really healthy, positive way. Like you have the sun here with the full. So there, for some of you, it's like it's almost like a relief. Like you can move on and make a new beginning now, feeling clear. Like if this, all that talk I just went on about with like lack of integrity and dishonesty is actually not about you, if that's about your partner or someone else, then this energy feels more like you are experiencing a sense of freedom or liberation, because you're responsible, like you did everything right. And so you can walk away from a scenario feeling clear of any burdens of responsibility or karma or any residual energy left over from the fallout, okay? So that's a specific energy for someone. For some of you, you may be wanting to, you know, have a fresh start in some way. You may be learning that you're pregnant. That's there for someone. You might be learning that you're pregnant. And that could be an exciting feeling. That could be like a very, you know, welcome expression, right? For some of you, as I said, I'm hearing turbulence. For some of you, there is this energy here of like having to kind of pick up and move on, you know, with the Tower here and the Three of Worlds in reverse there. Some of you might be needing to kind of, again, move, like I said, move out of the family home or change location in some way. Some of you might be actually moving to a different country. But with this Sun card here and the Four of Cups in reverse, I feel that some of you are realizing like there is actually, it's interesting, in the previous reading you had in the same position the Moon with the Ace of Cups reversed, and in this read you have the Sun with the Four of Cups reversed. It's very interesting. What I feel is going on here is that for some of you, this experience, while it may have been tough, and that's kind of what I was trying to say with the Strength card from the previous readings, that sublime tantric energy is that it might be tough, but it brings enlightenment, right? It might be really challenging aspects to deal with, but that's like a really accelerated growth path of like kind of straight up, right? Straight up. You get to grow really fast and in a very accelerated way here if you're really willing to work with the energies that you're dealing with and face them head on and approach every scenario, every circumstance, every person that you have to deal with like a raw, brutal honesty of truth, of like reflection, like seeing what's really there for you, accepting and taking what's yours, communicating what you need to communicate, right? Just like very adult behavior. Okay. Let's see what else is here. There's quite a bit of red energy I'm feeling from these cards. So for some of you, there's like energy to deal, like energy that's being exposed, I'm hearing. Like energy for like base chakra issues are coming up for some of you. Like energy around like, I'm hearing substantiality, but things around survival, around groundedness, around home life, around security. These are some issues that are coming up for some of you. And you may be feeling triggered by some external behaviors, but that's what I'm saying about this sublime tantric quality of the Strength card, is that if you're feeling triggered in some areas about certain issues, that's where you need to look within and see what's going on. Like where is there some residual energy of some kind of emotional leftover, either trauma or pain or something unexpressed that is flaring up that same feeling of distraught, tension or worry or drama, anxiety or pain or fear or whatever, something from the past that hasn't been entirely integrated in you. And so there's like circumstances that are that you are kind of like invoking so that you can realize, okay? So base chakra issues, again, tantric energy, very sublime, brings about the opportunity for enlightenment, but challenging aspects. But don't worry, it's going to be okay. Everything's okay. You have the resources. You know what's going on. Just remember what I'm saying when you're feeling triggered, right? Remember what I'm saying right now. Just listen to your body, listen to your emotions, see what the feedback loop is providing you for your awareness, and just absorb, take it all in, and really listen, and trust that you know what to do with that information in the most highest possible way. Like, channel your inner integrity and your inner wisdom that will help you understand how to best place that information in the right way so that you can evolve through it. That's the point of this, is just helping you to evolve and grow, shed, release, and restore your energy to a more heightened vibration. Okay? You can do it. You can do this. I trust you. Let's have a quick look at the bottom of the deck. Child of Wands reversed, universe. Priestess reversed, Man of Wands. Basically what I just said. This is about a restoration. This is a healing process. This is you learning to evolve and grow and master and understand, like, the lay of the land, like this kind of realm that we are embodying and existing in, which is kind of illusory, although it's very real. And channeling your priestess energy to kind of invoke that level of like stoic awareness about what's going on. That just gives you a little bit more. I'm hearing change and charge and change. Charge and change. So how can you change your level of understanding and experiencing life in a way that feels empowering, that feels like, you know, you're gleaning more understanding from the lay of your own land, like your landscape, you know? And this is it's a genuine path of seeking, of inquiring, to understand, you know, to recreate and rebuild your matrix, you know, your personal matrix. Universe here is the World card from the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. This is just telling me that this is all part of your evolving, your cycling through human experience to kind of, again, collect back any remnants or parts of you that may have been fragmented and kind of lost out there through your experiences now with whatever's triggering you. It's just helping you to see where there are pieces missing that you need to call back in. Bring it home is what I'm hearing. Bring it home. And Man of Wands there, I feel like this is just a final reminder again. I mean, there's a mixture of masculine and feminine energy here, but I feel what this is saying here is, with the Man of Wands, is that it's time to shed any kind of illusions or masks or any kind of like pretending. Again, this is another nod towards this kind of raw, real honesty and pure integrity and operating from that place. And you'll see the landscape change when you start to really embody that. More authenticity is always better. All right, just checking over here. Make sure I have got everything for you. Yeah, like this balance card, the Justice. This is the Justice card from traditional tarots, other tarots. In this deck, it's called Balance. In this deck, it's number 8 from the Major Arcana. In other decks, it's number 11. But this is in the reverse position as the Crossing card. Again, this is telling me that there are some, and this, like, it's very, you know, I have to be careful when using the word karma, because I feel like we need to, you know, redefine the word, because I feel like the way people use the word karma is a little bit skewed. But what I want to say there is that, okay, cause and effect, that's a better way of describing it. So what you may be going through now, what the experiences that you may be going through now, are just simply, as I said, like ways for you to, like, observe the landscape of your reality and see that, again, it's like this, a little bit of stoic energy. You're being reminded to just like step back a little bit and observe everything from a position of like slightly elevated, a little bit aloof, a little bit more cool, discerning, right? And from that place, glean understanding rather than being in the murky depths of it and kind of swirling around. Okay. Aries, I feel that that's it for your reading. I'll just double check over again, make sure I've got everything. Okay, so important to notice here is that you have 0, from the major arcana and 21. So the very first and the very last of the major arcana is here, which is significant. So there's something here about like completion, wholeness, the closing of a cycle, the end of a chapter. I feel like for some of you, there may be something really big going on here. Again, coming back to this strength card here from the previous reading where we talked about sublime tantric energy. And again, karma. I'm reluctant to use the word, but at this point, I'm not really sure what else to use instead. But a closure here. There's some kind of closing of a cycle here. If you can really, again, back to raw honesty and integrity. These are really key elements of this experience right now. Like, if you can really imbue those qualities into your experience and view everything from that place, there are a lot of clues and pieces of data that you can collect that will create a lot of information. Like, there's information that you're seeing in your experience that you can actually really utilize in a way that helps you to kind of totally close the door on a specific cycle of karmic repetition that you may have been going through for lifetimes for some of you. And this is the opportunity to really close out that cycle. But again, I cannot stress this enough. It requires raw, real honesty, integrity, a little bit of a slightly detached, aloof discernment to be able to really witness your own reality through the lens of like pure understanding. And you'll be able to glean so much from your experience right now that will forever change you in a really good way, okay? So don't be afraid of the challenge that you're facing right now, because it's so beneficial for you. It's really beneficial. It's bringing a type of enlightenment that I'm hearing awakening. So Tower, okay, not easy energy, but definitely it's better to be awake, have the lights on, you know, than to be masked by your own delusion, okay? Don't struggle here. Work with the energies that are affecting you, and receive the benefits of those awakening moments, okay? Aries, thank you so much for your time. It's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. I hope you found something in there that you can work with. You probably want to watch that again. There was a lot of information in there, very dense, very chunky download. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, and hit the notification bell so that you can get informed when new readings get uploaded. I don't want you to miss anything. What else? There's also a playlist on your screen right now for all the previous readings for Aries. So if you're new here, you may want to go back and have a look at some of the other readings to get a big, more rounded snapshot of what's going on this channel. There's also a playlist there for, other readings for the other astrological signs for June. So check out your sun, moon, and ascendant, or if you're interested in cross-watching for someone you care about. I would also suggest that you click on anything that you feel intuitively guided towards, because to be real, like, I just use the zodiac signs as a kind of arbitrary way to organize this channel, but honestly, all the readings are loaded with pure stream download of timeless wisdom, and there's so much in there for you to utilize and gather like support from. So please watch anything that you feel drawn to watch, because there's going to be stuff in there for you that you can really work with. So thanks again for your time, and I'll see you in the next reading.